Isabella. Chapter 46. The Ritual of the Abyss. Under the new moon's cloak, where darkness reigned supreme and the night's fabric was most fragile, we, the Covenant of Shadows, convened in secrecy. There, at the brink of a fateful decision, we confronted a ritual from an era when the ancient tribes wielded unfettered power, a ritual both alluring and perilous in its promise. Written in the forgotten tongue of the first night, the ritual offered power formidable enough to rival the elders. It proposed harnessing the void's essence, tapping into the raw energy that birthed the original vampires. This power could level our battle against the ancients, equipping us with a weapon to oppose their reign. Yet, the ritual was intertwined with cautionary tales, its script seemingly alive with the peril of its chants. To perform it meant courting chaos, meddling with nature's foundations, and risking our very reality. The margins spoke of those who had attempted and been devoured by the abyss they sought to control. Lucian, with strategic brilliance in his eyes, assessed the risks with keen acumen. Valeria's touch lingered on the ancient runes, contemplating the interplay of magic and catastrophe. Magnus stood ready to contribute his formidable strength, while Sariel's visions painted uncertain futures in shifting shades. Debating our course, the decision's weight was palpable. My commitment to our cause remained steadfast, yet I was acutely aware of the potential cost. The ritual's power might rival the destruction it aimed to thwart. Nonetheless, the imperative to act, to uphold the balance, echoed within me unceasingly. Resolved by my encounters with darkness, I agreed to the ritual. United in our pledge and driven by necessity, we ventured into the unknown. In a circle, etched with the dust of eons, we began the incantations, our voices a symphony of power and defiance. The night pulsed with our words' energy, the earth vibrating with the stirrings of an ancient and formidable force. At the ritual's climax, the boundary between worlds waned, revealing the abyss's immeasurable depths. From this nexus of shadow and light, a power emerged, unseen since the night's birth, a force that would be either our salvation or ruin. The forbidden ritual was unleashed, and we, the Covenant of Shadows, stood firm against its consequences. The balance of power was in flux, and our fight for the future ventured into uncharted realms. The night, holding its breath, awaited the dawn to reveal the aftermath of our audacious act. Chapter 47. Twilight of the Ancients. The moment of reckoning, like an approaching storm, had finally arrived. Our confrontation with the Council of Elders cast foreboding shadows across the land. The Covenant of Shadows and I stood in stark defiance against this impending darkness. Our chosen battlefield was an ancient, sacred site, a place where worlds converged and history's whispers hung in the air like an ethereal fog. The Elders approached, beings timeless and formidable, cloaked in the power of ages. Their eyes were as deep as the night sky, their hands weaving the fate of all. They embodied the very essence of our ancient vampire lore, their existence a testament to the supernatural world's eternal and unfathomable nature. As twilight deepened, the atmosphere crackled with the tension of age-old enmity. The Elders, despite their terrifying power, now faced adversaries unlike any before. The ritual we had performed blessed us with extraordinary powers, balancing the scales in ways the Elders had not foreseen. The battle erupted with the ferocity of clashing titans. The Elders, with their Dawn of Time abilities, unleashed destruction that threatened to tear apart reality itself. I, with my keen intellect and strategic insight, countered their every move, empowered by the abyssal energy we had dared to summon. Lucian's tactics were a web of ingenuity, ensnaring the Elders in a maze of deception. Valeria's spells wove through the battlefield, a dance of protective and offensive magic. Magnus was a tempest of brute force, each strike resounding with defiance, while Sariel's prophetic guidance steered us through the battle's uncertain tides. This confrontation was a titanic clash, the air echoing with the collision of ancient blood and the will of the new era. We, the Covenant of Shadows, moved as a unified force, our every action a part of a grand nocturnal symphony. The elders, despite their might, faced a rebellion unlike any in their ageless history, a union of the night's progeny challenging the shackles of the past. For the first time, they experienced a flicker of doubt, a tremor signaling the potential twilight of their era. In the battle's heart, I pushed myself to new heights, channeling both the Elder's artifact and the ritual's forbidden power. I fought not for control, but for our right to exist in a world constantly evolving. The supernatural world's fate teetered on a knife's edge, each moment critical in determining the future. In this epic showdown with the Council of Elders, my destiny and that of all vampires would be decided. The outcome of this monumental struggle would forever change the vampire legacy, turning a new page in our eternal night saga. Chapter 48, The Threshing Vale. The ancient battleground where earth and sky converged became the arena for our ultimate confrontation. The elders, incarnations of ancient wrath, descended upon us, their fury a storm intent on reinstating the old ways. I stood, empowered by abyssal forces, a symbol of the new era against their tempest. Our battle was an uproar of elemental and arcane forces. My intellect, now fused with the ritual's bestowed might, met the elders' fury with equal passion. My strategies, a complex web, sought to entangle the ancients in their arrogance. Lucian, Valeria, Magnus, and Sariel, united beyond personal desires, synchronized their strengths with mine in a chorus of defiance. As the front line, they held firm against the overwhelming surge, but as the battle peaked, it was clear our victory would come at a great cost. Amidst the chaos, a moment of clarity revealed the true price of the balance I sought. With a heavy heart, I unleashed the ritual's full power, a force that ripped through the world's veil, challenging the Elder's dominion. The unleashed energy was a wild torrent, channeling through me, holding the Elders at bay. Seeing the toll it exacted upon me, the Covenant of Shadows selflessly contributed their life energies to the ritual, bolstering me, enabling me to keep the Elders at bay. The clash was a storm of light and shadow, a collision of old legacies and new, culminating in a power that would redefine our world. As the turmoil subsided, the Elders lay defeated. Their era ended by the emergence of a new path where old and new coexisted. The power I had wielded left me on death's threshold. The Covenant, their own vitality waning, encircled me. In their final act, they invoked an ancient preservation rite, intertwining their essences to rescue me from the abyss's grasp. Their sacrifice marked a rebirth, the cost of the harmony I had always sought. As my life ebbed, their combined spirits and life force enveloped me, shielding me from oblivion. In the aftermath, as dawn broke, I awoke, the lone guardian of a new era that promised unity between realms. The Covenant's sacrifice, a testament to their bravery and unity, would be eternally honored. I, the harbinger of this new age, bore their legacy of courage and solidarity. The balance was preserved, the sacrifice made, and the future of our world secured as darkness gave way to a hopeful new dawn. Chapter 49, The Covenant Renewed. In the still aftermath of our epic battle, with the remnants of ancient power still resonating, I stood before the Council of Elders, weakened, yet resolute. The battlefield, a silent testament to our clash, was now a sacred site, where a new era was to begin. The Elders, their air of invulnerability broken, looked upon me with newfound respect. I had not only matched their strength, but had also questioned their age-old beliefs. In me, They saw the rise of a new chapter in our nocturnal legacy, an evolution they had never envisioned. Despite my physical exhaustion, I addressed them with the dignity of a leader. My voice, though faint, was imbued with the conviction of my vision. I spoke of a future where our kind and humanity could coexist, where the veil of secrecy could be lifted to foster understanding and collaboration. The piece I proposed was a reflection of my vision, a concept for a world where we need not hide in fear or exert dominance. It was an invitation to coexistence, a charter for a new order that acknowledged the need to adapt our ancient ways to the changing world. The council, their own principles questioned, debated in subdued tones. In my proposal, they recognized the potential for a future free from the conflicts of our past, a future where their guidance could evolve in the world I advocated. The agreement we reached was a cautious beginning to a journey towards unity. The elders, acknowledging the shift in times, accepted my terms. In return, I pledged to maintain the balance more vigilantly, ensuring the harmonious coexistence of our kind with humanity. This new order was founded on transparency, where every faction of the night was acknowledged and given a voice. Once a solitary guardian, I now stood as the mediator of this renewed covenant, a link between the old world and the new promise. As the elders retreated into their enigmatic realm, a sense of hopeful expectation emerged. Various supernatural groups, inspired by this newfound order, slowly started to step out of their seclusion, pursuing the alliance I had passionately championed. The night transformed from a domain of solitude to a community of diverse beings, each contributing to the world's rich tapestry. Bearing the scars of our struggle, I embraced my role not only as a guardian of the supernatural, but also as a custodian of a brighter future, a future where all beings could coexist in mutual understanding and respect. A new chapter in our eternal saga was beginning, heralding the dawn of a new order under the night sky. Chapter 50. The Guardian's Vigil. In the aftermath of the upheaval, I stood at the juncture of worlds, the weight of guardianship ever present. The peace achieved was fragile, marked by ancient secrets and the threat of retribution. The original tribes, though subdued, remained an enigmatic and potent force, their intentions as unfathomable as the primordial dark. I bore the scars of my encounters, visible and hidden. Interwoven within me was the arcane wisdom of the elders, a tapestry of esoteric knowledge that brought both foresight and the weight of isolation. The secrets I carried attracted both the curious and the greedy, each a potential precursor to future challenges. The world I defended was transforming, its supernatural beings stepping cautiously into a new epoch. My once lone crusade had evolved into a shared quest, joined by those seeking to maintain the balance I championed. However, the struggle was far from finished. The night remained a domain of mysteries, each whisper a potential call to action. I understood that the current calm was merely the precursor to forthcoming tempests. The forces that had retreated were amassing strength, eyeing the realm of light and shadow with age-old intent. The daunting aspect of my journey lay in the unknown's vastness, in the countless dangers lurking in the night's quiet. For every mystery solved, another emerged, symbolizing the perpetual conflict between order and chaos. As the eternal guardian, I remained vigilant. My intellect was my guide, my resolve my foundation. The covenant of shadows, though diminished, lived on through their legacy, their spirits accompanying my watch. Both the supernatural and human worlds, now more intertwined, looked to me as a beacon in the looming darkness. I embraced this role with somber determination, my eyes ablaze with the duty's unyielding flame. As twilight yielded to the starlit sky, my silhouette stood constant against the shifting heavens, my vigil a declaration of the ongoing struggle between light and dark. This unending battle was my crucible, and I faced it with the courage and resolve that had become my defining traits. As long as the night whispered and balance was needed, I would remain, a steadfast sentinel for the ages.